2012. Listen to Nancy Pelosi now looking forward to 2010. Watch.
I pray that Hillary Clinton decides to run for president of the United States. Let's set aside for a moment the fact that she is a woman. As a person, she will be the most qualified person to enter the White House in modern history.
Greg, your thoughts?
Yeah, she's right. If modern history began in 2008, that was a total dig on Obama. I couldn't believe she'd say that. Look, she's going to get a free ride. We know Hillary's going to get a free ride. It's what you said before. She had a free ride up until Obama. The media wants to be cool, especially in history, so they want to usher in the first woman president. It's how they rallied around Obama. By 2026, if we don't have our first little person president, I'm moving to Trinidad or Tobago.
I would say Trinidad's better.
You know, the Tobago people are going to write in over that. You're going to lose fans in
That's so anti-tobogganist of me.
Yes.
How dare I?
Thoughts, Ange, the most qualified president in modern history?
Based on what?
I don't know.
She was a former first lady, but if you look at the resume of other people who have run for president, I'm looking for these big accomplishments that Hillary Clinton has done. In fact, her tenure at the State Department was nothing short of, and I'm going to say it based on Benghazi, a failure. That 3 a.m. phone call went to her and it was ignored. And we know that for a fact based on documentations and hearings, but they will ignore it. I assure you, Benghazi will not be an issue if she runs for president. The slogan in 2008 was, "It's my turn." In 2016, it will be, "It's really my turn."
I actually think that I think Pelosi is wrong for another reason. That is very inside the Beltway type of thinking. The experience that has mattered most to some very successful presidents in the past has been a governorship, including the one that her husband had, because you actually have to manage, and you are the executive of the state. You have to have a budget. You can't just get air miles and then say, oh, what an accomplishment. So there could be a governor, maybe on the Democratic side. There's not as many, but I tend to think that in a year like 2016. There might be somebody from outside the Beltway, outside the establishment, shall I say, that is out there in the country that is actually connected with what Americans really care about.
On the right.
No, on the left, too.
On the left? You think someone else is going to give her a ride?
I want to, first of all, I want to take exception with what you said about her being a failure as Secretary of State. I can't think of a Secretary of State who's been a better success in many ways.
We have 4 dead Americans. We haven't had an ambassador killed, Bob, in 40 years.
NATO is stronger. The Pacific Rim countries are closer to us than they've been in a very long time. She's taken the case for women around the world and done a very good job with it. She's handled a number of things and kept the United States in the forefront of it at a time when we were slipping. So
but her job is to keep the people that work for her, the diplomats, safe. And she did not, and there were multiple warnings.
You can't pick out just Benghazi.
So what did she do? Her dance moves in the Congo, Bob? I mean, what is so great about her tenure?
You can't grade her on one event like this. I've said that was a failure of a lot of things.
Why they graded Bush on far less.
Let's get beyond that at some point. Is it possible to get beyond that?
There are people. Some would say that one of the most important things about one of the most important attributes to a president would be military service. Can we throw up the full screen? Let's take a look at the most recent, I guess, as Hillary would put it, modern history presidents. Do you have that? All right, we don't have it. Okay, so President Obama, no military service. President Bush had a Texas Air Guard.
The National Guard.
President Clinton, no military service. President Bush, 41, had a military service. He was a lieutenant. And President Reagan was a captain in the Army.
President Reagan was a captain in the Army. That's right. He was a captain in the Army. He made movies for the military. I don't consider that to be necessarily strong military experience. She was on the Services Committee. And, interestingly enough, the Pentagon, the uniform Pentagon, like her very much.
That's true.
Thoughts?
Oh, I always think military service is an important part of anybody's resume. I say that now at 48 because I cannot get drafted or be registered.
We shall leave it there. Ahead on the